Hey everybody, it's Lavinia and I am your transformation coach. I am coming on today with another message for you, and today's a little bit different. This message is going to be for my wives and my wives to be. Those of you who have maybe heard in the past in your lifetime that you were a curse breaker. Those wives or wives to be who feels as if though you struggle in your relationships. You don't understand why. You have tried everything, including fasting and praying to move forward, even worshiping, even going to church as much as you could, getting prayed for, and it just seems like nothing is working. Perhaps, and just perhaps, because I understand that everything is not all in all, in all be all. But what I have come to find out is that a lot of times cycles are representation of a curse. Depends on the type of cycle that you may find yourself in, will depend on if it's necessarily a curse. So I'm going to give you some examples in my own personal story. For the life of me, especially when I was a little girl, I struggled with identity. I struggled with acceptance, people accepting me, people um, having me in their cliques or liking me or, being my friend. I struggle with relationships, not just with friendships with lady friends, but I also struggle with relationships with men. And I will find myself in a place where I would get with someone, or it was sex, or it was nothing to it but just that. Or if we did get together, the relationship always ended in turmoil or a uproar. And I could never figure out why is it that every time I get with somebody that I could never hold a solid relationship. But not only that, I jumped from man to man to man to man. Not only was it a sign of looking for acceptance and love in all the wrong places, but that cycle was an identification or a blueprint that there was a curse. I was told years ago that I was the curse breaker of my bloodline. I was the curse breaker of my generation. And that was back when I was not deep into my relationship with God at all. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even pursuing God at the full capacity, that I should have been. I wasn't even really thinking about God. I was in college and I was going through demonic oppression at the time. I'll never forget going to school at Wiley College in Marshall, Texas. And that school was known for being, it was a faith based school, it was a private college, and it was known for, just being built on a graveyard or whatever. And so, not to scare you, but just telling my testimony that inside of my dorm room, I went through heavy demonic oppression. And it was a time where demons were just attacking me in the night, and when I wake up, I was so spiritually boggled down by Satan that, I didn't know who I was. I was lost. And I always felt like the enemy was attacking me. And so I remember one day I had an episode where it was like the enemy had, took over my body. And I'll never forget that this guy told me, he pulled me to the side and he began to pray over me and war over me. And he told me, he said, you are the curse breaker of your generation and of your family. He said, that is why you experiencing the level of warfare. I didn't know nothing about nothing he was saying, but when he started speaking, the Spirit of God spoke to him and I understood. And he said, that is why you are experiencing the level of warfare that you are experiencing. And he prayed, and that was it. Never saw him again. But even after that, life, as I knew it, it didn't change much. But over the years, I always felt a call to greater. but I never understood how to get to that greater. I went in cycles with religion and tradition and naming it and claiming it and reach up and grab it and pray and fast and people telling you what to pray and fast, but people not telling you the exact things to pray for or the exact prayer points you must uh, um, access to break through the walls of the enemy to be able to overcome, right? And to break those generational curses that the Lord told me I would break because he said I was the curse breaker. But I can attest to this, that even though God said that, I still didn't know how I was going to break these curses. I just knew it sounded like a fancy title and it sounded powerful to me. And so I began to just say, I'm the curse breaker and, I shall do life different. I began to build that mentality that in my bloodline, it was me. I was the one. But I still did not have the strategy. I still did not have the tools. And I just trusted and believed that because of what God put in me, that one day, and I do mean I had this belief, one day God was going to show me how to break these curses. God was going to raise me up to be a general in the spirit. And God did just that. But guess what? It did not happen overnight. In this Curse Breaker MasterClass that I am launching at the end of April, and you want to get in on it right now because I'm currently hosting and having early bird registration for this masterclass for only $43. Because why am I charging for it? Because there are strategies, there are things that I want to show you. There are things that that I believe that you should invest and sow into. You cannot sow for a miracle. You cannot sow for a blessing. But investing in your future by tapping into the anointing that's on someone's life through way of mentorship or through way of training, that is a necessity in the kingdom. And I know a lot of people don't say that you should do that because it's not popular. A lot of people are religious and they don't understand structure. They don't understand order. They don't understand what it costs to even have a ministry because they don't believe that that is the way that you should do that. But for me, I do what the Lord put in my spirit to do. I don't do what people tell me to do. If the Lord tell me to do something, I'll do it. And if he would have made it free, it would have been free. But my thing is this: invest in yourself. You invest in everything else but what you should invest in. So take this time to spend that money because registration will end, early bird registration will end on April the 15th. And so take that money and invest in your future, invest in your breakthrough, invest in, leaving a legacy behind for your children and your children's children. And we're going to go over how to break those generational curses because I understand how it feels to be alone, not understanding how to navigate the spirit realm in order to be able to get out of that cycle. You went through depression and anxiety, and you went through seasons where you've dreamed and you didn't understand what was in your dreams and what was happening and why you couldn't move forward and why I felt like everybody else was going before you, getting promoted before you, excelling before you, and you still in the same spot. And it's been 28, 38, 48 years of living on earth, and you still have not excelled in the things that you know God have spoken over your life. Perhaps God have been showing you the whole time through your dreams that you have to break that witchcraft off of you, that you have to break the powers of darkness off of your life. And I guarantee you that if you are a curse breaker, God has been speaking to you, directly to you, but you just have not understood what that was. What was God saying when he was speaking? Because it was so much mental warfare, you didn't understand how to just really navigate that season of your life. And so if you are tired of going in circles, going in cycles, feeling defeated, feeling like there's no hope, feeling like you'll never walk into destiny, you feel restless, you're tired of going in the ins and outs of life, and you just want to finally exhale and step into your destiny. You finally want to break those generational curses and walk into generational blessings. You want to finally understand how to use the correct biblical tools and strategies so that you can walk into your divine inheritance as a child of God. And I'm telling you, just like me, I was in that place where I couldn't hold a relationship. And even when I got married, it ended in divorce. And then I got married again, and that almost ended in divorce. And it took that last time for me to wake up and allow the Holy Spirit to lead and guide me. And I want to show you how I did that. I want to give you practical tools and strategies and prayer points and biblical tools and practical tools so that you can get out of this cycle and break those generational curses. So you can start walking and seeing the manifestations that God has spoken over your life so that you can begin to break out and break free from every curse, every obstacle, everything that has stood in your way over the years. Those things that have kept you bound for so long, you're going to burst through. You're going to break through. You're going to excel. You're going to go above the norm. You're going to see life as you knew it different. You're going to be able to see yourself as the person God has ordained for you to be. I want to help you to accomplish that goal by offering you this masterclass. Me, little old me, didn't want to charge for it. Let me be honest. But in my spirit, I felt the need to put a price on this masterclass. And so I was obedient to that price. And so the original price is not $43. But again, this is the early bird registration. And so, yeah, it's just for you if you ready to break those cycles, off of your life, and you ready to say, okay, I want to know what it takes to get into position to being a wife. Let me tell you what it takes to get into position to be a wife. You breaking those generational curses. You breaking those, you allowing God to come and help you in the area of those strongholds that have had you bound because of trauma, because of your childhood trauma, what you have had to endure, that trauma that has been keeping you stuck for years. You gotta break this stuff off of your life. And so I am the vessel that has allowed God, through yielding and through consecrating myself to God, to allow God to do a work in me so that I can be the vessel to help you to be able to break through and to get that breakthrough that you have been praying for years. Some of y'all been praying for years. Some of you been praying for months. Some of you been praying for over 10 years for God to do a miracle. And what you lacked was strategy and insight. What you lacked was revelation. And so we're going to go over different points inside of this masterclass that'll help you to get in alignment so that you can break those curses, walk into your destiny as a wife, fulfill purpose as a wife, and to get ready for your spouse to come. Because once these generational curses break, I'm telling you, you if you're not married, get ready because it's going to come. I can't say when God is going to bring your spouse and all that because I'm not a prophet liar. But what I will say is that after this masterclass, you will be equipped, you will be ready, and you'll be able to soar so your husband can find you. That is what I will say. And so I went through all of that hell. I went through all of that hot water to be able to, over 13 years of hell and hot water, to be able to produce to you today this masterclass. And I'm telling you, it's going to be so worth it. Go ahead and secure your spot because early bird registration will end very soon. Again, it ends on April the 15th, so you want to go ahead and secure your spots today. And if you know somebody else who needs this masterclass, go ahead and send this to them as well. It's time for you to break free once and for all so that you can step into your ordained purpose as a chosen one, as a curse breaker for your generation and for generations that's coming behind you. And so I just wanted to just release that to you and just to tell you my story and to let you know that you being a curse breaker means literally you have to go in, undo and break those curses. And guess what? You have everything you need to break those curses. So you will also get this session recorded and sent to you so you can go back, watch it, and take your time and get the lessons out of it on your own personal leisure. We'll also be having a group so that you can get personal accountability from other sisters who are in the same boat as you. And I will be inside of that group, of course, because I will be there as, somebody that you can talk to and ask questions and things that concerns the masterclass. And we will be fasting before the masterclass. There will be instructions of fasting right before the masterclass, because you have to go on a fast in order to break these strongholds. And so if that's something that you are ready to do, if you ready to kick the devil out once and for all, if you ready to face the devil and enough is enough, if you ready to step into your destiny and you tired of the things that you know in the spirit realm has been held up from you from years and generations to generation, this masterclass is for you. You who are watching this, you who been binge watching my videos, you who know you came up in the hood, you know your family got generational curses, you know something is off, you know something has been going on with you, even in the realm of relationship. You already know that it's hard to keep a husband, or it's hard every time you got somebody, you still want somebody else. You can't stop sleeping with people. If that's you, I want to invite you to this masterclass. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, because guess what? Just like you, I was right there in the same boat. And I'm telling you, if God can deliver me, he can deliver anybody. Now, I say that with pride, not pridefulness, but pride, because I remember where I used to be. So I'm offering you something that was not offered to me. I had to go through a process just to get this, and it took years, and it took years, and it took years. So if you are committed to breaking out and breaking free, go ahead and click the link in the description below to sign up for this masterclass. It's going to be a few hours long, so make sure you take time out of your day to do this, just in case if you do not have the time to come physically, not physically, but virtually into the master class. You will still get the pre-recording, and it'll be sent to your email after the class. And so you'll have lifetime access, and a support group will have a support group so that you will be able to continue to have that ongoing support, so that any questions you have about the class you can answer, or anything pop up and you like, I really didn't understand this, Lavinia, could you explain it to me? I am there for you 100%, 24%. I mean, not 24%, my bad. 100%. I was going to say 24/7, and then it changed to percent, but I'm not there 20%, okay? But 24/7, the class will be open, so I will get to any questions after the master class during that time. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in class. I know I have the right audience, because I have been praying for you, and I have been, really just preparing for this. And so I know that I have the right people. It's just a matter of you moving beyond fear and moving into faith and clicking that link, so that you can change your destiny, change your life, shift the nations, step into your destiny as a chosen one, step into your destiny as a curse breaker. I need you to make a sound for your generation. I need you to make a sound for your kids. I need you to make a sound for those that's coming after you. Make a sound in the earth. It's time for you to finally stop encouraging everybody else and step into your destiny. So with that being said, God bless you, and I will catch you on another video. Bye-bye.